Good morning, everybody. This is Lisa Lashendro. I'm one of the annuity sales directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services, and I welcome you all to our webinar today, joining Mike Carley over at Oxford. Mike, you want to say hi?
I have myself muted. Yes, hello everybody. I can't wait to get the presentation started.
All right. Again, I appreciate everybody's time here today. It looks like I'm checking out our attendee list here, and I see several names I do not recognize that I don't believe are working with us here at IMS yet. So I see a couple folks that are already contracted. So I'm going to go over a little bit of an intro on IMS and what you get in partnering with us here as perks and opportunities for those of you that are new to us. And then for those of you that are returning and already working with us, this might be a good um, reminder of some of the things you might not be utilizing and might want to take some new opportunities here with us as well. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Right out of the gate, when you contract with IMS, we have our new producer builders program. And basically, what this is the first 6 months that you are contracted with us, whatever level of production that you have hit during those first 6 months, we're going to give you a little something, something back. We want to make sure that you understand the value that we take very seriously in the partnership and working with you. So what we take the time in getting to know you, get to know your business, see what's imperative for you to run your business, what might be some low points in which we can help you with and improving your business or making things a little bit easier for you on the back office side. And what we do is we give that back to you with perks. It could be, you could be a producer where, you just want some cash back. So an example would be at $100,000 level, you write $100,000 with us, we'll issue you a check for 750 bucks. Um, uh, Obviously, the higher of a level you are, the more bang for the buck you get back. And we think outside the box. These are just examples or of what you might receive at those levels. But if you have any questions on that, definitely give us a call and let your director or anyone here at IMS would be happy to answer those questions. Also, I know there is no better compliment than a referral. You love referrals, well, so do we. But we are going to give you a little something back for those referrals because without you, we would have never had that introduction. Right out of the gate, we're going to give you 50 bucks one-time bonus for your agent that contracts. And then after that, you will automatically get a check quarterly for an override on any of the business that they write, whether it's life, indexed annuities, single premium life, or MIGAs. So we just want to continue to, reiterate that we appreciate you because without you, we wouldn't see that business coming in. So keep that in mind if you have any agents out there, any buddies that you're working with, or maybe a partner that we should be having a conversation with, definitely give us a call, shoot us an email, let us know, and we'll get that rolling for you as well. I love to brag about our back office support. And, I talk to hundreds and hundreds of advisors and producers out there. And one thing that I see constantly as a pain point is, just trying to get around to that back office work, whether it's sitting on the phone for an hour with a carrier trying to get status on an application, whether it's, finding out which carrier might be the best solution, who has the highest rates, coming up with case design, maybe it's marketing support, application support, whatever. We here at IMS have everybody in-house to help you with that. So we have one phone number, just the 800 number that you call. You're going to get a live person because we don't have voicemail. We believe in, taking care of you the first time you call. You don't push one for Lisa and two for Steve. You're going to get a live body every time. So we believe very strongly in our customer service. I am so proud of our back office support. And once people start working with us and actually experiencing that, it's something that they rave about. So any questions you have, or if you have some pain points that are something we can assist you with, definitely give us a call and we'll talk that out and try to come up with a solution for you. But proof is in the pudding, working with our back office support. You'll see. Next, I want to invite everybody to visit our website. It is www.imzinc.com. On this website, and once you get registered, you'll have access to all sorts of tools. We've got our sales tools in our support tab. There's a sales resource library that a lot of folks aren't aware that's there, and that's gotten a plethora of information, one-page concepts that are all pre-approved that you can send out to your clients, utilize presentations, there's slides, there's just information if you're looking to read up or educate yourself on something. All of that is in our sales resource library. Not only that, but there's term quoters, there's I'll get into Firelight here in a minute. We've got marketing guides, we've got online forms, just the whole kit and caboodle on an easy to use website. So if you have not already done so, go in your browser right now, and type in www.imsinc.com, save that on your browser, and you won't regret it. You will have a lot of access to a lot of tools that'll benefit you. On our website, we also have Firelight. Firelight's one of the most well-known programs out there for e-applications. And we've got, you can scan and register right there if you would like. You do have to be contracted with us, and you do have to register on our website. But just to kind of give you a highlight of some of the carriers that we have on Firelight, Oxford obviously is one of them. The benefits of using Firelight versus a paper app are you're going to have the most current applications. So you don't have to worry about having an outdated application. You're going to have the most accurate and most up-to-date applications or forms that you have access to right at your fingertips. Um, it helps you process the application more accurately. So it's going to highlight things that might be missing. And then you have the option as well. If you still want to meet with the client and get a wet signature, you can still print out the application after you complete it. Go get a wet signature, download the wet signature page, and still submit it electronically. And I'm sure Mike can vouch for this. When you're sending an e-app, the process goes much faster than sending in a paper app by days, and
You're
days.
you're preaching to the choir. When we get Firelight applications in, the requirements are usually down to zero. If it's a cash with app, we're around about a 24-hour turnaround period with the Firelight. So it's something that we push all the time. So I'm really glad that Lisa has brought this up. It's certainly one of the talking points that I'm going to have in my presentation of how important Firelight is to get your business in quicker, out quicker, paid quicker for your clients. So I appreciate you bringing it up, Lisa.
Absolutely. And we're happy to walk you through it. If you're a little nervous about e-applications, I can't even tell you how many agents I have walked through it. We will answer all your questions, making sure you're prepared for your client meeting, things like that. So don't be scared of doing an e-application. We're here to hold your hand and get you through it. We also have our creative marketing team, and these folks that we have in-house are so talented. Um, I have a lot of agents utilizing their services, whether it's just revamping their logo or creating and developing an entire website or social media for them. I mean, they really can do anything from A to Z. So if you ever have, maybe you're working on a newsletter, or maybe you're interested in doing a personal website or something like that, give us a call. But it's part of that new producer bonus too. If you have, looking to revamp your website and want some of that done, our creative marketing team is really going to be key in, giving you some extra perks there with the new producer builders program that we have. So keep that in mind as you're running your business, or if you're thinking of something right now you want to jot down that you might want to talk to somebody about, jot it down. I will be following up with everybody after the webinar here today. Let me know what's what's of interest to you, and we can certainly talk about it then too. We also have Retirement Analyzer, and this is a nice program that we offer to our contracted producers that are producing business. With this program, it's going to be more of an elite professional looking way to do presentations with your clients. It'll have lots of different graphs and charts that are, user friendly, showing ways where, they're having that shortfall in retirement or running out of money. This is a real nice way that you can keep track of that. And then you'll have that data in your system where you can easily go plug in new numbers for renewals, update it, and then have that renewal conversation with the clients to see how they're coming along as well. So if you have questions on Retirement Analyzer, definitely give us a call. Be happy to answer those questions for you. We also have our IMS Wealth Management. This is a sister company of IMS, and years ago we started this thinking, what else could we provide our producers to be a one-stop shop for everything that they could possibly need to run their business? And IMS Wealth Management is growing rapidly. These guys give you the opportunity to, I like to point out two different things. One, if you're looking for a new RRA, wanting somebody that gives you that back office support, very similar to the IMS name and the life and annuity side, where we literally do everything for you, whether, from case design to helping you submit business, to getting that business paid and delivered to the client. IMS Wealth Management does the same thing for you. Anybody I've referred over to them and is working with IMS Wealth Management are super happy, with the customer service. They have all the resources there for you to handle that. So that's one avenue with IMS Wealth Management. Now, let's say you are not securities licensed and you have a client that needs a securities product. Well, IMS Wealth Management can help you there as well. Instead of you referring that client to, advisor down the street and taking a chance of that advisor taking the rest of the business that you could have had for yourself, you can refer them over to Zach and IMS Wealth Management, Zach on our team there, and he'll help you take care of those clients' needs on the security side. The cool thing about that is that you don't have to worry about them touching any of the other business. You can even be on the phone with them and, make sure everything is going smooth. So you're still an active partner with that client, legally and compliance approved, of course. And then on the one thing that I think really proves that partnership is that if you did decide to get registered or licensed, we will transfer that client back to you. Now, I don't know anybody else that you refer business to that would do that, but IMS Wealth Management will. So keep that in your back pocket. I'm going to launch a poll here. If you are interested in learning a little bit more about IMS Wealth Management, or want one of our guys, Duncan or Zach or Charles Jr. to give you a call, definitely click yes here and we'll make sure you guys get connected. So I'll just give that a minute or two for people to respond. Maybe not a minute or two. Okay, looks like I've got most folks that have responded to that, and I appreciate you doing so. Moving on here, I want to talk a little bit about our Life and Annuity Academy. We actually have that one of our academies that's starting today, actually. that we're partnering with a carrier on out in Des Moines. And what's nice about our annuity academies is that IMS takes the bill. We're going to take care of all the travel expense and pay for that for you. You're going to take 2 days of training, and that in training is going to include advanced sales concepts, wealth transfer tools, building your business concepts, enhanced marketing concepts, all sorts of things. You're going to be schmoozing with other successful producers in the life and annuity side of the business at this academy, and hearing from some of the best in our industry as well. The goal to our Life and Annuity Academy is for our producers to walk away with tools and ideas to grow your business. So that's the success that we want to see. That's the success we typically do see with our academies. We've got another one coming up here in June. I'm going to launch that poll. If you're interested in the next academy that we do, please be sure you answer yes or no here, and I'll make sure you get a registration link to get going on that. And I'll give you a minute there to answer. It's also nice just to have that camaraderie with, other agents, other folks in the field, talking about what their pain points are. And, a lot of times, you find similarities of roadblocks that you find other advisors have. And this is a great way to, walk away with ideas and tools to help you out with that. So it's the IMS family. You definitely feel like you're at a family function. Everybody gets to know everybody, and it's really a great time as well. So thanks for answering that poll. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Keep moving here. Finally, we have our Facebook and LinkedIn page. Obviously, we're a marketing organization, so we have these as well. I encourage you all to, go ahead and jot down or hop on Facebook, hop on LinkedIn, join our page, and you'll stay up to date with what's going on. We keep that updated pretty well. And with that, Mike, I am finished with my presentation. I'm going to change this up to you and let you run the show.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
I am ready. Mike was going to reiterate this. I try to remember, but we have enough time here in our presentation today to answer any questions as Mike moves along with his presentation and the CAP strategies and some of the things he's going to share with you. The enhanced commission and some of those programs that he's going to talk about. So if you do have any questions, Mike is okay with me interrupting him and getting those questions knocked out right out of the gate. So use the question box and I'll keep an eye on that. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Mike.
Well, thanks, Lisa, and I appreciate everybody joining us today. And I really appreciate Imes and Lisa and her crew inviting Oxford Life to come in to present some of our products, focusing on annuities this morning. We've had a long-standing relationship with Imes, and we're really proud of that. And as you can tell just by her 15-minute presentation there, they are a full package marketing organization. So we're really proud to be part of everything that they do over there. So I'll begin talking a little bit about annuities. As Lisa mentioned, there is a chat box on the side. Type in. Lisa's promises she'll keep an eyeball on it. Interrupt me as we go along here. I'm not one of those stuffy sort of presenters, so I'm more than happy to answer any questions as we roll along. So I want to start a little bit talking about who Oxford Life is, and then we'll quickly get into the products themselves. But I think a brief history of who Oxford Life is, and that'll answer your questions, and not only just to introduce, but some of you reintroduce Oxford Life so you're more comfortable with doing business with Oxford and presenting our products to clients who don't necessarily know the Oxford name. So let's start about who's who. Well, this is me. I am the Central Regional Director. These are the states that I'm responsible for in marketing organizations, agents. We work in the trenches with you guys. We're not found on a golf course with Lisa's boss. We're in the trenches with the agents every single day. And this is what we ask for, we strive for, and we're pretty good at it. So we're more than happy to answer any of your phone calls. Call us direct. We even have a cell phone number there, so you can call me on a Saturday morning. I will answer the phone. Oops, I got to bring it back a little bit. Sean Mora, he's the Western Regional Director. There's the states that he represents. He's based out of Phoenix, Arizona, where the home office is located. I'm located in St. Petersburg, Florida. And then we have Doug Scriba, who is over in Baltimore. And those are the states that he represents. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any or all of us. We don't arm wrestle over who gets the phone. We're just more than happy to be able to help agents as they come along. Typically at about this time, question comes up about what states is Oxford not currently doing business in. It's a small list, but I will read them out to you. If you do fall in any one of these states, then I apologize that we don't do business there. But those states would be Alabama, would be New York, West Virginia, Mississippi, and Vermont. So those are the states that we do not do business in, either with our annuities, our MedSup, or our final expense or life products. I think it's only benefit to be able to say what the mission statement is. What is the company actually thinking internally? So basically what we do is our focus is on the senior market, and we're providing the products and services of the financial security to individuals. Now, our annuities begin at age 18, but don't know too many 18-year-olds who are investing into annuities. When we look at our life products, when we look at our guaranteed lifetime income benefit riders and stuff like that, they all tend to fall into 50+ years old. We are an A-rated, excellent, stable outlook by AM Best. We were really proud to get that upgrade from A- about the tail end of last year. It was something that we strove for a while, and even with the COVID times and the downwards in the markets, then AM Best still seeing the strength that we had to offer out there, and so they gave us our A-rated, and that's really sort of helped us get our name out there, and certainly with additional business through the door. Well, I keep shooting past it. Now, who is Oxford Life in the whole realm of things? This is our corporate structure. Our main corporation is Amerco, not a competitive insurance company with an I in the middle of all that, but it's Amerco. If you look on the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see it's Oxford Life. It's North American insurance company, and Christian Fidelity, which we sell an awful lot of final expense through Christian Fidelity. They're extremely competitive out there in the marketplace in that industry itself. And yes, on the right-hand side, you are seeing U-Haul. U-Haul is a sister company of Oxford Life. It's a great benefit. They've been around since about 1948. Oxford Life came on board and has been part and parcel with U-Haul since 1965. And the nice thing with this is that they do carry a lot of, I guess, the pencil pushing weight. They look after our legal, they look after our HR needs. They allow us to focus on what we do best, and that's going to be product development, being able to offer some great commissions that are available out there in the marketplace, because we don't have all the sort of high-end sort of capital that has to be going towards the fluff pieces. But more importantly, when you're speaking to a client and they say, well, who is Oxford Life? Are they just a couple of people working in a basement in Idaho? You can always use the U-Haul name. Everybody's either rented trucks, out of storage facilities on the side of the road. They know who U-Haul is. It really provides a brick and mortar feel for Oxford Life and allows your clients to feel comfortable that they're not only going into an A-rated $3 billion insurance company, but certainly a hugely known international company as well that's out there. So their money's in safe hands in that sense. So don't be afraid to use that story. It will really help you out, not only being comfortable selling Oxford products, but you'll be able to relay that message onto your clients, and they'll be comfortable then investing in Oxford Life and with you. So again, why Oxford Life? We talked a little bit about the financial strength. We are an A-rated company, a bit shy of $3 billion in assets at this point in time, steadily growing every year. We do have unique and competitive products, a couple of them which we're going to speak with today that you're not going to see anywhere else. As we spoke with the relationship with U-Haul, we do allow top-level commissions. So we're going straight forward, not only with our rates and our caps, but we're willing to pay the agents to take a look at us and to sell us. We do have the point of sale applications, more so towards the life side, but Lisa mentioned the Firelight, and I can't push that importance enough. Our Firelight application, Lisa has it on the website. You can access Oxford Life. We also have it in your agent portal. So if you wanted to use that mechanism to be able to write the Firelight e-applications for annuities, I suggest that you at least give it a shot. I know once you do one, you're going to feel that it wasn't as difficult as you thought. You're going to, like I mentioned before, it'll go a lot smoother in processing, less mistakes, quicker payout, quicker issue. I think the fifth bullet point, I think is something that's got to be earned more than just sort of mentioned. But as Lisa mentioned on her side with her backroom support, I am as equally proud of the people that are on our agent service desk on our side. Many of them have been with us for decades. They could probably do this webinar with their eyes closed. So don't be afraid to call in the agent service desk if you have any questions. And when you get on the website, and I'll show it to you shortly, there's training videos in there as well. And once again, do not be afraid to use and abuse your regional director. That's what we're here for. That's what gets us out of bed in the morning to be able to work with the agents and get your business done smoothly as possible. So let's get into the products themselves. The very first one is going to be our multi-select. This is your old school multi-year guaranteed annuities, and they pretty much work in this sense. You're given a guaranteed growth amount. We offer MIGAs from 3 years all the way up to 10 years, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, of which your interest rates are guaranteed for the surrender charge period that you elect. And then at the end of it, you will receive, or your client will receive, a 30-day window where you can choose what you want to do with the money. And here's your various options. They can renew the contract. What we'll do is we'll send out a renewal rate. If they're happy with that rate, they can just sort of ball up the letter and let it ride. They'll be put back in after 30 days into the surrender charge period. They can annuitize the contract. Of course, that's very rare. We do see them from time to time, or they can fully withdraw all of their or a portion of their money, and with no surrenders or MVAs attached. There is a fourth option. Let's say that a client, he's in a 5-year, and he wants to go into a 3-year. He can do an internal transfer with us. What that will do is it'll also trigger a commissionable event for you guys. You're going to be writing a new application just as it's brand new money, but it's an internal transfer. We'll just move it from, say, the 5-year over to the 3-year, start a new surrender charge, and that will create a commissionable event for you guys. Issue ages 18 to 85. As I mentioned, the durations 3 all the way to 10. So you do have a full menu, a one-stop shop on the annuities that are available out there. So you don't have to be hunting around for the elusive 3 or 7-year if someone's looking for that. We have it all available for you. As you can see, that the minimum is going to be $20,000 for qualified and non-qualified accounts. And of course, the maximum amount is going to be age tiered, but mostly what we see is people within the ages of the 18 to 75 opening up the window for 1 million. But you can see if you got anyone that is older, it's going to drop down a little bit based upon age. They all come with the death benefit, and it will be the full accumulation value. There's no fees or penalties or anything attached, even if it's the unfortunate event that the client dies the next day. They will receive the full amount of money coming their way. And it should just be mentioned for prosperity's sake that it is a market value adjustment that's attached to it. I'm assuming most people know what a market value adjustment is. Here's how the surrender charges work. Every single one of them begin at 10 years, and they drop down by 1% until the end of the surrender charge period. And again, they have a 30-day window with a renewal rate that's offered to them to be able to use any one of those choices that I just previously spoke about. Now, withdrawing money, We got all the liquidity features and living benefits. These all come standard. You're not buying down rate to be able to get this sort of stuff. Within the first 30 days of issuance, your clients do have access to interest only. They can actually send in the interest only withdrawal form with the application. So immediate 30 days after issue, they can start receiving their interest only. These will be periodic payments, however. They can't come in 8 months later and say, I just want all my interest that I accumulated. It has to be something that's along the periodic lines. They're either going to get it monthly, semi-annually, quarterly, or annually. And it's just a box that you would check on the withdrawal line. Terminal illness benefit, you can read what that's about. If you're terminally ill more than 1 year and the physician has backed that up, you have access to your full accumulation, no questions, no penalties. Home health care benefit, if you're receiving home health care for the previous 90 days, you can take a full surrender or a certain amount of withdrawals from policy without any reductions from penalty fees, and the same goes for a nursing home benefit as well. All of this comes standard with our policies, and it's good for all states. This is something you're not going to see anywhere else. Our multi-year guarantees come offered with a optional guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit, the same thing that you see on 99% of the fees that are out there. But it's very simple on how this works. There's not a separate account or outside the accumulation account that is built in. It's used actually two things that are actually used for mathematical purposes. What is the initial premium, and what is the age, which requires the age factor when the client decides they want to start drawing out money. So basically, how much money did you start with? How old are you now? This is what we will pay you guaranteed for life. It's very simple. It's very cheap. Comes with the 50 basis points cost. Anyone who's been working in the guaranteed lifetime income marketplace certainly knows that 50 basis points is pretty much unheard of out there. These are the types of clients that you will see that do not want to get involved or get too confused into the fixed equity index marketplace. They see these 13-page prospectuses showing the good, the bad, the ugly, what could happen, what may happen, but this is a guaranteed. They know that they have a guaranteed interest rate. All they're doing is haircutting 50 basis points off of that guaranteed interest rate to pay for this rider, and they will receive a very good income for life, especially when it comes along the lines of RMDs. This is where we see a lot of that action comes in. So if you sort of see a client who's getting a little bit skittish on a FIA presentation, pull this one out of your quiver, and it will work for you most times. We talked a little bit about market value adjustment. This is all the fine print that's attached to it. Like I said, I assume most people knows how it goes, so I won't get involved into it too much. But if you do have questions, you can certainly call me, Lisa, or any of our marketers over there, and they'll be able to give you the lowdown on how an MVA works. But it's pretty standard out there in the marketplace. Don't know many annuities that don't have it anymore. So it's probably just it's something that you need to mention, but certainly not have to go into full explanation on how it works. So let's talk a little bit about our fixed equity index products. What you're going to notice is that they're very simple. There's not a lot of moving parts to this. We try to keep it, as simple as possible, so agents don't have to try to read a bunch of fine print. They don't have a difficult time explaining it to the clients. The clients certainly don't have a difficult time understanding how they actually work. And so basically, it comes with Royal Select, Silver Select, and the Select series, which I'll talk a little bit about. And just like any fixed equity index annuity out there, it has the benefit of the increase of the stock market without the downside risk of owning the actual stock. Now, Oxford Life only uses the S&P index. We don't use anything else, and I'm going to give you an example why our mindset is that way. What you're looking at on your screen is 90 years of S&P returns. So it's going from 1928 to 2018. When we break that 90 years down, all the green section shows that 61 years of that 90, the index was up, which means, of course, 29 years of those, the index was down. Now, let's say someone put $100,000 into the S&P index in 1928, great-great-granddad, and he's just letting it ride and everybody's getting through inheritance. If we just sort of went with the roller coaster ride, you'd have $13,700,000 at the end of 2018. And that's just going through the ups and the full downs. But what a fixed equity index does is it hits a floor at zero. It doesn't take into account any of the negatives that are out there. You don't see a gain, but you don't see a loss. So we simply took all that red, we zeroed that out. So there's no losses at all on it. Any ideas of how much that $100,000 would be in 90 years? It would be $585 million. Now, it's not a true representation of a fixed equity index because we're not taking into account caps, spreads, any sort of thing like that. But what it does is it shows the power of the S&P over time, and that's what we're really comfortable with, especially when we look at auto renewals, rate renewals and stuff like and cap renewals. We know that based upon an actuarial sort of sense where the S&P is going to be over a course of time. So this is why we don't get involved into some of these exotic accumulation methods that have been out for 3, 4, 5 years. There's no real history behind them, but certainly with the S&P, and we can update this another 3 years. And the 3 years that we would update it would be all up years. So we're very comfortable with the S&P. This is why we only offer these 3 accumulation methods. You got your fixed account strategy, which most carriers will offer. We do an S&P monthly average strategy, which comes in about 50% of the applications. And of course, the annual point-to-point strategy. All of it is very easy to explain. Most people know what the S&P index is. They can certainly get online and Google the charts and everything that I just showed you. So it's very simple for them to understand how these strategies work, the history behind the S&P. It's a very conservative, but it's a foolproof approach for growing their accumulation value. This is why Oxford Life has stuck with it since the inception of Oxford Life in 1965. So let's talk about the 3 different fixed equity index products. The first one, and most of our main seller, is the Royal Select. Comes with an 8% premium bonus, and if they elect to have guaranteed lifetime income, it will come with a 6.75%. That's a compounding rate, not a simple interest rate. So the roll-up rate will be 6.75. The premium bonuses are attached on both day one of the cash value account as well as the income account. So you put in $100,000. Day one, you begin at $108,000 on both accounts. Of course, we roll with the accumulation cap values for accumulation, but on your income, you then for 10 years get a guaranteed 6.75%. Silver Select is a 4% premium bonus. As you notice that the roll-up rate is a little bit higher, but what comes with it is a little bit higher of cap rates. So if somebody wants a little bit lower of an initial bonus, we will offer them the opportunity to grow through higher cap and interest rates throughout the course of the 10 years. The Select Series comes with no bonuses, but comes with the highest caps and certainly the highest roll-up rate that's available out there. We increased our roll-up rates as well as our age factors about 8 or 9 months ago. So we are extremely strong in the marketplace for guaranteed lifetime income, and certainly our caps as well for accumulation purposes. We're a very strong player out there now, and we're seeing annuity sales increase fold over fold year after year. So we're glad to be in the marketplace, and especially being able to offer some of the highest rates and caps that are available out there right now. Thing with the surrender charge values based upon the same as with the MYGAs, they all begin at 10, and then they roll down. The Royal Select and the Silver Select are 10-year products. We don't go any higher than 10 years. The Select Series comes with a 3-year, 5-year, 7-year, and a 10-year. We also with extremely competitive cap rates in there. We do see a lot of sales on our 3 years Select. People who not quite sure about getting involved into the fixed equity index market. They just want to dip their big toe into it, see how it goes, and then maybe marry up to something a little bit longer if they see the results that the producer is anticipating. But also we see for laddering purposes as well, much like you do with your MYGAs. You know, someone has a $500,000, you put X amount in 3 years, then one in a 5 and one in a 7, you're laddering it up. The same thing is what we see with our Select Series FIAs. You put it into a 3-year, a 5-year, 7-year, put in there. Now, with the policy holder, we talked about the 8-year or the 8% bonus. The only time that you're going to see a clawback from the bonus is if the client surrenders their policy or they start taking outside excess 10% withdrawals. There is going to be a clawback on it. Of course, that only makes it fair. You can see how the vested works, but it's not vested at 8% after 10 years. It is vested up front. What you're looking at then would just be a clawback based upon a full surrender of the policy itself. Here's your surrender and withdrawal charges. Again, based upon for your Select Series, there's your 3 to 5 to 7 and to 10. So it's all very fair, beginning at 10, running down to 1% each year, and then ending out with nothing. Liquidity features pretty close to what the MIGAs have available out there. The only thing that's lacking is going to be the interest only, because we don't know what the interest is on a fixed equity index annuity until the end of the year. So it's pretty much a liquid for the first year. These products are not RMD friendly, so we certainly recommend to the highest degree that if you're going to be transferring funds, qualified funds from another carrier to Oxford Life, you make sure that your RMD is paid before that money is moved over, because once it's moved over, there's no access to liquidity for the first year, and you don't want to get into that pickle. But after the first year, you do have 10% free withdrawal based upon the accumulation value of the previous contract year. Just like the MIGAs, you have your terminal illness, nursing home, and home health care, and the annuitization options are built into the policy as well. So we talked a little bit about the guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit, and this is basically how that would work. 100% of the premium plus the premium bonus becomes into the account value, and based upon the Royal Select or the Silver Select, they do come with the bonuses. And then you have your roll-up factors, which are quite big, and compounding. We do have an automatic step up, most carriers do. So if the income withdrawal is increased, if your account value exceeds the income account value at the time you begin taking withdrawals under your guaranteed lifetime. So basically, when you decide you want to trigger your income, we're going to look at both scenarios. Which one is larger? Who do we, is it going to be the income, or is it going to be the accumulation value that we're going to attach that payout factor to? The guaranteed lifetime charge is 95 basis points of the accumulation value deducted annually, and that's very important. Not only is it a low fee of 95 basis points, but it's actually calculated from the account value, not the income value. So just sort of giving an example, if we were like a lot of carriers, we were calculating off of the income value, and you're in a Royal Select, you don't necessarily see full growth every single year. You'd like to, but maybe that 1 year is off. You don't see any growth in your account value, but you guarantee that your fee is going to be going up 6.75% compounded. We do not do that. So even on off years, your fee is going to be very minimal. And that gets very important, because we get calls every now and then saying XYZ is $80 more a month than you. But it's like, yeah, but after the 7 years, how many thousands of dollars is it costing them in fees just to get that extra 80 bucks? So it's something you need to be cognizant of. And of course, there's a charge. There's a chart there of the payout factors, and you can get that online. I'll show that to you guys very shortly. Sales requirements, pretty much straightforward. You need to do the application. We do prefer you do Firelight, but there is the paper applications. There are some clients that are out there, old school. They want the ink wet on paper. But like as Lisa mentioned, you can do the Firelight. You can print it. If they want to sign it that way, you can do that as well. The nice thing about Firelight is you can't go from page 1 to page 2 if you're missing something. And that's usually where we get the phone calls when people do paper apps saying, wow, now I got 16, I got to drive all the way back there. The client's not going to be happy about this. Firelight saves you a lot of the frustration factors that are in there. If you're going to be doing the GLD WB rider, it's on its own separate disclosure. You, of course, get your transfer paperwork. replacement forms. Some states require it, whether it's a replacement or not. So just make sure that what the rules and regulations through the Department of Insurance for your particular state. We do require a delivery receipt every time it's delivered. We will send you the annuity policy. It's up to you to deliver it, answer any questions that the client might have, but get a delivery receipt at that time. That's what gets the free look period ticking, and that saves a lot of time for yourself as well. So the client doesn't come back in 60 days, say they don't want it, and but they never signed a delivery receipt. So it's kind of hard to hold their head over the fire on that one there. And of course, if you're getting involved into powers of attorneys, trust documents, we will take a trust as an owner. A real person has to be an annuitant, but we will take a non-human as an owner. We do it quite often with churches, nonprofits, you know, and trusts for sure. We do see a lot of that. So bear that in mind that we will accept that business. So for the fixed equity index annuities, real difference between the MYGAs and the FIAs is that the MYGAs end at 85. Our issue ages for the FIAs are going to end at age 80. We just went through all the durations that are available out there. Issue amounts is $10,000 for our 10-year products. On our MYGAs, they're all $20,000 minimum purchase buy-in. For the issue amounts for the FIAs for the 10 years is 10,000, and on our select 3, 5, and 7, the shorter term FIAs is 20,000, just like the MYGAs. And as you'll be able to see that it's age tiered for the maximum amount of premium that is going to be accepted. Again, it's going to have your death benefit, full death benefit with the bonus. Will come along. So if you get your 8% bonus, and unfortunately you die a year later, that 8% bonus is still going to be attached to the death benefit. Market value adjustment, just like the MYGAs. And we talked a little bit about the guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit rider and the various roll-up rates that come with the products themselves. With such a small fee of 95 basis points, that's calculated against the accumulation value and withdrawn from the accumulation value. And of course, like most, your guaranteed lifetime income withdrawal benefit, you have to be at least age 50 over. So the product features, they are all single premium. I get calls from time to time. People are looking for flexible accounts, but we are all single premium products that are over there. You do have your withdrawal benefit rider. We have all the waivers of the withdrawal riders, terminal illness, nursing home. And so you have all that. We don't go any higher than 10-year. And we talked about the S&P with the 3 very easy strategies that clients like to hear. They're not too confused about a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. They know the S&P and they're comfortable being involved into it. And you cannot lose previously credited interest, just like any FIA. Like Lisa mentioned, we are on all of the social media accounts. I'm on a couple of them myself, not necessarily all of them that are here. But we do advise, if you become involved with Oxford Life, that you sign up to one of these. We do not inundate you with sales ideas or anything like that. What you will receive from Oxford Life is going to be any updates if there's changes in applications, if there's changes in rates, new products that are coming on board. That's the sort of information that's going to keep you on top of the game when it comes to Oxford Life. So it's not like every time you open up the phone, you're being pinged right, left, and center by us. We're putting out important information that's time sensitive, so you guys know exactly what's going on with Oxford Life at all times. Sales support, I'll show you where to get a phone number here, but you have the RD's numbers. Don't hesitate to use us. But our agent service hours are Monday to Friday. That's on Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So over in Arizona right now with daylight savings times, they're all up and ready and perky to answer phones 5 a.m. in the morning over there, and they will answer the phones. And of course, you got the regional directors 24/7. I've gotten phone calls Sunday night. Some guys say, oh my God, I got to go over and see this guy Monday morning. You just call me, what do I do? And I'll get you set up. Don't worry about that. You call me or any one of the regional directors at any point in time. We're more than be able to help you guys out. And of course, just to end off this little bit of the presentation, This is me, my contact information. Again, I'll show you where to find this on the website. There's Sean if you're working over into the West Coast. And of course, over in the Baltimore area, working east, northeast is going to be Doug. And from there, I'm going to see if I can't bring up. So the Oxford website is very simple, oxfordlife.com. And all the information that you guys can get at your fingertips right now. I know Lisa has some handouts, but if you guys wanted to get involved into taking a look at it, in the meantime, if you look over the lady's head here, it's going to say agents. If you click agents, it's going to have 4 drop down. Agents again is going to bring you then into the agent website. Okay. If you look at these 5 brown boxes here, everything is available that's in here. Your forms, your calculators, you want to run some calculations, either where someone says, I want to XYZ MIGA, you know, with X amount of premium, you know, what's my take look like at the end of the surrender charge? It's all in there. Guaranteed lifetime income withdrawal benefits. You can run one of those as well for the clients. Current rates are in here as well. I'll pop this up real quickly. All right. So right now, if it wants to open up for me, there's all of our rates. There's our cap rates. So we begin with the select series, the fixed rate 2.85, monthly, and the annual is 5.4%. That's on your 10-year. So it has a roll-up rate for income if they so choose at 7.55%. All of our MIGA rates are all the way down at the bottom here. There it is, all the way down to the bottom. You'll be able to see all the multi-select right now. Our 5-year is blowing out of the water right now. 5-year 3%. All those liquidity and living benefit options that come with it is going to be very difficult to find, not only in the industry out there right now, but certainly with an A-rated company. These rates are certainly helping us have another one of our top years this year. I'm going to reel it back a little bit because one thing I wanted to talk about was the fiat commission special. We've been doing this for a while. So the first question is, how long is this going to go on for? It's been going on since about July of 2019, believe it or not. So there's real no sunsetting to this as well. We decided we would spread the wealth. This also allows agents to take a look at Oxford Life. If you so basically what it does is, it's just, you can earn up to an additional 2% of no matter what commission level you're on right now. All right, so it's outside of IMS. All right, we pay you guys as a carrier as a thank you. If you just sell, just simply by selling one of our products, we're going to pay you 1%. Some of the lower, like the 5 and the 3-year fees, will pay 0.5%. But we will just pay you. It's a separate check. You're not going to see it on a commission schedule. What we do is after the free look period, we send you a separate EFT or check. And so you can guarantee that's money into the bank. If you sell a guaranteed lifetime income rider with that product, we will pay you an additional 1%. So you can make as high as 2% more than off your commission schedule by selling Oxford Life fixed equity index with the guaranteed lifetime income rider. There's really not much more to talk about it than that. It is straight up. We've been doing it for a while. Agents are really liking it, and they're looking forward to getting their separate checks about 30 to 45 days after they get their initial. We pay commissions daily upon issue. So after that, give it about a month, and we tally up everything, and we just start shooting out separate checks to everybody. So bear that in mind. At least take a look at us. I know that on a commission level sense, it's hard to beat. It's really hard to beat that's out there right now. But going back to this page, if you wanted additional information, if you click agent forms, basically brings you down to the bottom of this page. Here's all the guys that you can call at any point in time. If you wanted to say find additional information, say on our multi-select product, so you go down to Oxford Life, you'll select multi-select. Let's say that you're in Arizona. And what it'll do is it'll automatically create in bold required forms for you to be able to write the business. As you notice, I haven't logged in. as an active agent or anything like that, I'm still on the main web page. Grandma across the street can look this stuff up. We got no industry secrets. We got nothing to hide, right? So, but if you wanted additional information, or if you had to add stretch forms to it, we talked about transfer forms. There's quick guides that are in there. All the summaries for your guaranteed lifetime are all attached into the form section. You can even download the rates that are there as well. So everything is in there off of the main public website, and I'll just bring you right back and show you again so you know where to find it if it wants to come back up. Not in a rush, is it? Let me see here. What we're going to do is, and this will be the end, if you wanted to put that poll up, Lisa.
Yep.
We're at the main page, Oxford Life, over the head of the lady, click agents, go to agents again, and then that work brings you into the agent section, and everything that's in here, your rates, your fee and commission special, you can scroll right down. There's all your forms, your marketing materials, everything is in there for you to learn everything about Oxford Life. And certainly if you have any questions, you can certainly call Lisa or her team, but I'm available as well and be more than happy to answer any of your questions. And that pretty much sums mine up. Is there any questions out there?
Nope, I think you were pretty thorough. There's no questions in the question box. I'll keep this poll up for just another few seconds here. Mike, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate you going over the perks and working with Oxford. We have never had a problem in any of the servicing with Oxford as well, so we appreciate that partnership here at IMES.
Well, I look
Um,
forward. I appreciate everybody's time today here today, and we got a pretty good story behind us. We got some very competitive products that are out there in the marketplace. I know if you put 100 agents in a room and you say Oxford Life, most of them are going to raise their hand and say final expense. That's what our flagship has been for a number of years, but the past 5 or 6 years, we've been getting more heavily involved into the annuities. And we're taking it by storm. Last year, we did about double as much as what we had budgeted for. And this year it looks like we're on pace to double that as well. So
very
um,
nice.
take a look at us.
Awesome. Well, I know I'm getting into a lot of conversations with my agents and producers about A-rated carriers. With everything kind of happening out there in our industry and in the world, it's definitely becoming more of an importance to the clients and to our producers. So Oxford is obviously a key player in that. And if you have any questions, need illustrations, or any of that, not only Mike is available to you 24/7, but you've got us here at IMES to walk you through any of that as well. So, with that, Mike, I think I'm going to call it quits here.
Good.
Again, I appreciate you being on the horn with us this morning and walking folks through the product features and all the optional and the additional commission that's available to them. Very, very great tools to have in your back pocket here as you're talking to folks out there in the industry. So with that, everybody have a wonderful day. Mike, thanks again, and we will talk to y'all soon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.